Hello again, my friends, and welcome to another HP Gaming GameLINK video. Today we have something extra special and a little bit different for you. We've been asked by our friends at Bad Comet Games to take you through an unboxing of their newest prototype for their new follow-up game to their highly successful Wild Serengeti. Today, we are going to be traversing an ecosystem that is one of the most vast and wonderful on this big blue planet of ours. So come with me now as we examine the ecosystem, the animals, and the livelihood as we take a look through life of the Amazonia. Hello again, my friends. Welcome back. It is not David Attenborough. It is me, Matt. Thank you for joining me. I'm sure we're going to become the very best of friends if this is your first time on the channel. First and foremost today, I do have to give a massive shout out to our friends at Bad Comet Games for allowing us to present to you what we're about to present to you today. They are a wonderful group who have created some amazing games in the past. Most recently, you can see over my shoulder here, Wild Serengeti, which I think is going to get a bit of a rebrand based on what I'm about to show you. They have asked us to present to you a prototype, and I do preface this is a Kickstarter prototype unboxing of a great new game, the next in the Wild and the Life of series, I think, as they're going to be known moving forward. Today, as I said in the tease, we are having a look at the epic game that is Life of the Amazonia, and this is a how do I say it, worker placement-y style game. I have not even had a chance to look through the box. It is not in shrink, so I don't even need to remove the plastic and chuck that on the floor, which is our usual standard fare. But it is a prototype, and true to the tradition that they've brought in with Wild, the Annie meeples that are in this box are going to be huge and epic and wonderful, so I might bring the camera down so we can get in close for those. First and foremost though, let's open the box and show you what's in store. Put this on the overhead there, and you've got this wonderful little epic parrot. The artwork in these games is absolutely amazing. I think you'll have to agree. The plumage, beautiful plumage, the titling, everything else. The sides of the box have, frogs, other bits and pieces on them as well. I'll show you. There's a frog, Mr. Frog here. Bad Comet have just smashed this out of the park. You've got monkeys, you've got hornbills, you have got leopards and things as well. It is just incredible. We've been waiting on this for a little while. When they asked us to become a local captain and sort of promote the game, I just was, all in. Fantastic, all in. So let's lift the lid. I just can't get over the artwork. It's so good. Again, this is all prototype, what you're going to see in the box here, but I'm excited. I will say too, there will be a link in the description of the video for the Kickstarter, so please make sure you get on there and follow along because this is going to be big. If Wild is anything to go by, this is going to be absolutely amazing. I have read the rulebook once or twice. I wanted to wait till I had the prototype in my hand, so this is sort of my first look, and I'm going to share that with you. Let's get into it. First things first, I'm going to put this box up over here because our parrot friend is going to help us with all the opening. Now, this is the rulebook. One thing I love about this is it says on the bottom here, special thanks to our Kickstarter backers. That could be you, so please, by all means, get on board when the Kickstarter goes live because it is going to be worth it, absolutely worth it. The artwork, again, one thing I will say about the rulebook for this one and also for Wild, they're very clear. They talk about construction of different components, different tokens, how it all works, tile laying, worker placement-y sort of style. Wild was very much a tableau building game, and then you scored points based on the tableaus and things as well. Aquatic flowers, other bits and pieces, cleanup phase, how the game ends, scoring, etc., environmental scores, how it all sort of works. This is a game that's going to have table presence, which I think is fantastic as well. There is a solo mode because yay. And then obviously campaign mode, which is in progress. As I said, this is a prototype. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that over the side here, and we're going to get in through to all the punch outs. I will, of course, show you at the end how this looks when it is all set up on the table. That's something that we've been doing a lot of in our unboxing videos. This will be no exception. Now the punch outs here, there's a couple of different components that relate to the grandiose waterfall. In Wild, there was the Rock of Ages. Rock of Ages, or Pride Rock as we called it in that unboxing video. Oh, by the way, if you want to check out the unboxing and the reviews, you can check them out here and check those out. This game allows for a waterfall. It's obviously set in a different region of the planet, and then you've got these gigantic hexes. I think these are base hex tiles. I could be wrong. They're double-sided, obviously, for rainforest, so you can play blind, and they will help you set up the board. You've got tokens for aquatic flowers. Again, these are prototype, just simple chipboard pieces. I believe, and I could be wrong, that there will be a deluxe version which will have wooden components or upgraded components, which I highly recommend. Double-sided tiles here for different parts of the regions, some deserty bits, sand, and then you've got these pieces as well, which look like they are for the waterfall, which is the 3D component of the board. So you build those up into position. Objective markers for complete, if you complete a task. And then you have, lots of little trees. So as you play through the game, you actually place out different components and can build trees, build up the rainforest, etc. If I punch out two of these here, these trees actually slot in together. And I don't know if you need to take those apart for each of the sessions. I'm not sure how that's going to work in the box. I'm sure there's a storage solution developed, but you can see there is this little tree now that gets placed out on the board just to give it that extra bit of table presence. And I mean, if you've watched the channel before, and you should, you know I'm all about table presence. It's something I'm very, very excited about. And if a game is going to look good on the table, I'm all for it. We have more punch outs here. These look like more ocean tiles or river tiles, double-sided river tiles. That is a canopy of trees, grassland, water on one side. And then we have these little crazy little trays, which are all for the, which are effectively component storage. So you have these component trays that get punched out. These sit once they're formed together, so you can store all the different components in those trays. Nice little organizer and a carry-all, which is bloody fantastic. I really dig that. I do like the fact that, obviously, again, all prototype components, but these are going to be, and I'll have to have a look. Oh, some of them have been stickered over. But these component trays will actually have everything sitting up. So what we'll do is we'll actually assemble those for you and show you what that looks like on the table, which is brilliant. So then we have more of component trays, carry-alls. We have more tiles, gold coins, which is a currency. As in Wild, you spend your gold coin tokens to allow you to perform certain actions, and if there is already someone in that space, you have to pay extra to do those actions. I believe that's the same. If I've got it wrong, it'll pop up on the screen. More tiles. Now these ones have little camp symbols on them, and again, different symbology and iconography depending on which animals you put on those locations. True to the other game, you can only place certain animals on certain tiles depending on their type, etc., which is fabulous. More tiles for days, threes, and then you've got here, well, it looks like some sort of weird perch. What is this one? Who knows? This is a boat, I believe. So you can cruise down the Amazon, and why wouldn't you? And you can actually use that to make a 3D boat that folds up into shape. And I'll have to figure out how to do all the folding. But at least then, yeah, you actually have all these 3D elements, which is really fantastic. I dig it. Water tokens, maybe water is a currency as well. I'm not sure. Gold tokens, all that sort of stuff as well. Another boat. So maybe the boats are in different colors. Yes. So every player gets their own boat to move around and hold on to their bits and pieces. That is fantastic. I love that. 3D elements for days, table presence for days, all different colors. You got white, green, blue, and yellow. And then you've got the apple tokens and things as well for different resources, different animals, double frogs, all that sort of stuff. And then you have the waterfall. Now the waterfall is as I mentioned, the replacement of the Rock of Ages from Wild, or Life of the Serengeti as it's now going to be formally known. The waterfall is something it's basically one giant punch-out piece. And putting that together could prove a little bit tricky. I do think when it's folded, it's not going to be as substantial as Rock of Ages. So I do believe this is getting completely overhauled and completely redesigned, which I think is going to be fantastic. Don't get me wrong, I like the look of it. It's going to look fantastic on the table, but I think they decided they're going to go a little bit bigger. So maybe they'll rejig this into 2 pieces and it'll have more table presence on the table. You'll see at the end of the video what I'm talking about. Then we have rocks, other tokens, other bits and pieces, and then we get into all of the fun stuff. We're going to come back to these guys in a moment. There should be lots of cards. You've got score pads, which are they score pads? Is that what it is? Yes, score pads. Now, these are double-sided. Okay, so that is fantastic. So being they're double-sided means you can get scores for each players, and they're double-sided so you can use the reverse. That is fantastic. I really like that. Bad comment. Chef's kiss. Very love that. I very much love that. That's fantastic. You've got these little cards, which are nature cards. Now, the nature cards... Oh, these are sleeved. Pre-sleeved for a prototype. That is brilliant. We do have some plastic that we can chuck on the floor. Digging that. All right, so these are all nature cards. As you can see there, they've got this little sort of nature symbol, which represents animals, trees, water, etc. And then you've got insect. Obtain 2, collect, and all other players get 1. It costs 3 water. I'm assuming that's a cost of it. Insect 32. Rainforest blue wing, place a river flower in your jungle. Roseate skimmer. So these are all different creatures, insects and things. Hatchlings. Scenery. You score 3 VP for each set of monkeys, birds, and other fish, it looks like. So these all give you bonus points as you play through the game. I love the fact that they're sleeved. That is brilliant. Again, prototype. These may change. Meandering stream, 2 victory points per green location, including this card that you have. So as you collect cards and set collection and everything else as well, you can up your points. Assassin bugs. I mean, you know, why not? Every game's got to have assassins. You've got bumblebees, bullet ants. I'm so excited to get this to the table and play test this weekend. Bullet ants, follow up. 1 victory point per hex in your second largest habitat. So you actually have to build the rainforest from scratch, build the Amazonia. And obviously, you know, score points based on how you lay out your tiles, etc. Insect 25, Morpho butterfly, obtain a research token of choice 4 in value. Dense forest, 1 a victory point per tree that you've placed out. Scenery 28, scenery 27. There are lots of different things. If I go too fast, you can pause the video. We are shooting in high def. Hopefully you can read these. There's not too much glare from the sleeves. And then you've got, that's all of the cards there. We've gone through all of those. Then we've got the larger cards. Oh, there's part of that one that's come out of the punch board. Now these ones are big, bold. These are similar to the, more plastic for the floor, the scene cards that were in Wild Serengeti, or sorry, Life of the Serengeti. And then I think they're, obviously it's a slightly different style of gameplay, but I do like the fact that they've kept a similar theme. So these are double-sided, and they are A and B sides. So you've got each grouping, 1 woodpecker and 1 adjacent tree scores 3. Leaf frog, you've got a tamarin, all the animals. So these animals represent the different meeples that are available in the game. The meeples are going to be the highlight. Toucan, a macaw, we saw him on the cover of the box, looks amazing. The art is fantastic. I love it. Cayman, a giant otter. You can see the different score zones based on the positions. Each otter scores victory points based on the number of hexes in its habitat. So if you can increase the habitat hexes for the otters, you get max points. You got a jaguar rather than a leopard. I called it a leopard before, my apologies. Woodpeckers, leaf frog again, tamarin, toucan. Have we gone through those? No, they're doubles. These are letter C cards, so maybe you split the deck. And then as they come up, ooh, anaconda, a sloth, because every game's got to have a sloth, a river turtle, anteaters, armadillos, Amazon Dolphin, the Iguana, Hoatzin, and then you've got bonus cards as well, and there should be 4 of those, and bonuses, types of actions you can take on your turn, and then a scorecard, easy mode, hard mode. We've got woodpeckers, leaf frogs. I think we're back to the start. That is awesome. Dig it, dig it, dig it, dig it. Okay, cool. We're going to move on now to our friends here. These are other cards. These are more of the same. The habitat cards. Sorry, nature cards. Nature cards. I've got wild on the brain, can you tell? Also, very excited. Those scorecards, easy and hard mode, are Automa, so for the solo mode. Again, more nature cards. So you've got Flightless, Feathers and Scales, more insect cards, Leaf Cutter Ant, scenery cards, scenery cards, scenery cards. So building the map is obviously going to be a huge part of the game. Mammalia, Jaguar Cubs. This card scores the same as one of the jaguars in your jungle. Giants World, score 2 VP per large animal, full jungle. Leaf Cutter Ant, Jumping Spider, Hercules Beetle, Lycoria Ahalia, Leaf Hopper Nymph. Discard as many resource tokens as you'd like, replace them by drawing new ones. Baby Toucans, more scenery, Froglets, more scenery points, Giant Stick Insects. Then you've got a Flannel Moth. Then you have scenery, Insect 30, cold-blooded resource cards, baby macaws that look cute, leaf hopper nymph, baby caimans, a flock, 1 victory point per flock of birds, baby animals, baby tamarins, leaf mimic catid, and then we're back to flightless. So lots of different options to score bonus points for days. We have bags. So these little baggies, I'm assuming these are going to get upgraded. The one in Wild obviously had zebras and things on. I really need to stop comparing this game to Wild. It is a totally different game. My apologies for that. My apologies to Bad Comment as well. So you've got some nice drawstring bags for all the different individual components. And they are 4 of. You've got blue, white, yellow, and green. And obviously these, again, prototype components that will most likely get upgraded as the Kickstarter goes along, depending on how much money they raise. Hopefully it will be a small fortune because they deserve it. They work very hard on these games. Now, it's time for the most important part. These guys. Now, if you looked at the Wild unboxing, and if you haven't, I'll wait, go do that, and then come back. No, I'm kidding. The Animeeples were just incredible. These are going to be no exception. So let's bring the camera down and then we'll get in close for these guys. Give me 1 sec. All right, so I've got the camera in nice and close to the overhead so we can see what's happening down here on the table. There is a ton of these to get through. I will go through them as best I can. But yes, look, first and foremost, we've got, looks like some scoring markers in all different colors. So you have a couple of different ones. It looks like there's a couple of different tokens. So you've actually got green, yellow, blue, white player markers as well, which is pretty straightforward. They're nice little wooden tokens. I don't know, obviously, again, these are prototype components. Let's see if I can get different groups together here. I'm so excited. And look, as excited as I am, those of you that have watched the channel know that we have some junior gamers. And the reaction we got when I first presented Wild to Charlotte was amazing. She has just raved about it. Bad Comment were wonderful enough to give us some extra components, obviously, that were slightly damaged. So I cannot wait to show her the contents of this box. She's actually out in the other room right now, knowing that I'm doing this unboxing and freaking out that she couldn't be involved, but we'll talk about reviews and things. We'll get her on board when we do a preview of this one proper. So we have some otters. Some wonderful little sea otter dudes here. The meeple quality, the components, just the whole, it blows my mind. Production value is off the charts. It's a simple game. It looks brilliant on the table. The table presence, the colors, all that sort of stuff is amazing. I've just seen something else Blair is going to go nuts for, because Blair, our youngest junior gamer, who is 4, is a Mad Turtle fan. So that's the otters there. They look brilliant. Then we have our little friends here, and it doesn't look like there is as many. I'm trying to find them as best I can, but I'm hunting through all sorts of stuff here. We have these fellows here, the turtle, a little tiny little turtle. Oh my god, look at it. It's just beautiful. It will sit. I cannot wait to get this to the table. We've got the crocs, or the camids, I think they're called. If I get it wrong, there'll be names on the screen. We have the anteaters. The anteaters there as well. I'm just trying to make sure I don't go through too many. We've got our friends, the tamarins. Oh, if this alone doesn't give you enough of a reason to look at this game, check it out, and back it, then I don't know what will, because it's just amazing. You have some anacondas. Now, we all saw that movie, not the dodgy third one with David Hasselhoff. I'm talking about the first one with John Voight. Anacondas, they can be deadly in the Amazon, that is for sure. You've got a jaguar there. Means business. All those spots. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, was it a hummingbird or a woodpecker? Oh, they're so good. And the fact that they are, I mean, screen printing I don't usually like, but on the meeples, it just works. They pop. The color is amazing. I love it. It's so good. So good. Then we got these little guys here. Some cute little froggos. Rainforest green tree frogs that can jump around and do all their sorts of business as well, which is great. Then we have the hornbills, or toucans. Looking absolutely boss. Oh gosh, they're so good. It's so good. Okay, then we have, we've done our frogs, we've done those ones. I'm just making sure I haven't missed any because there's so many here. Oh! Amazon dolphin. Nice and pink color. Look at that. And it's got some sharp teeth as well, which is crazy. Dig it. Dig it, dig it, dig it. All right, we've done those. I think I've got them all. I could be wrong. If I'm missing one, I will let you know. But other than that, oh no, this one could be, I'm not sure. Sometimes they do a first player marker with some of these. So I'm not sure whether that is a first player marker or not. Oh, there's our friend the sloth. Oh, if I can get in there, there he is. Look at him. Hanging from the tree, just chilling, doing his thing. Oh, they look so good. And obviously these will be redeveloped and redesigned as the campaign goes live. Then we have the most colourful of all, if I'm not mistaken, and that of course is our friends the macaws, who just look boss. Look at those colours. Oh, so good. So good. Just making sure I haven't missed any. There is a ton of these. We've talked about all those. I mean, look at these things. Look at them. Just amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. They look so good. They're going to look amazing on the table. I cannot wait to get this set up and do some play testing. All right, let me move the camera out of the way and we'll come back with some final thoughts. So there it is, the contents of the prototype of Life of the Amazonia by Bad Comet Games. I am chomping at the bit to get this to the table and show you how it looks set up. So without further ado, my friends, as we've been doing of late, I'm going to give you an overview of what this looks like when it's all set up on the table for a 4-player game. So let's, well, without further ado, let's roll that footage. Now, as I said before, if that doesn't get you excited for this upcoming Kickstarter, which I believe is launching mid to late October, I do not know what will. The components, the cards, the fact that it is totally different gameplay style to its predecessor, the quality of the components, the table presence with all the different animeeples as well, it just is fantastic. And I think this is going to be one of those games where there's going to be a lot of replayability. The fact that you first dig at it, you're going to go, it's one of those games where you play through the first time through, and then you'll go, I wish I could have done this differently. So different strategies are going to emerge every time you play, and that's fantastic. The fact that there is a campaign mode is fantastic. The solo mode is going to be amazing. Sitting there and moving around the animeeples, just have a quiet moment of contemplation is going to be amazing. This is going to be something that is going to do extremely well on Kickstarter, and if you haven't already, click that link in the description below so you can get notified when the project does go live. As always, folks, it would be remiss of me not to thank our Patreon subscribers for all of their support, allowing us to do all the crazy stuff that we do here at HP Gaming. In addition, I want to thank you as well, if you've got this far, for watching and for enjoying this wonderful content. Mad props again to Bad Comet Games for what looks to be an absolutely stellar board gaming experience. I can't wait to get through the playtesting this weekend, and we will get a playthrough done of this one for you as well, so we can share that all with you too, hopefully in time for the Kickstarter launch. Until then, my friends, please stay out there, stay safe, stay out there, play more games, get back to the table any chance you get. Share the love wherever you can. Most importantly, we will see you back here for some epic more board gaming content, including part 2 of our Zombicide unboxing very, very soon. Until then, though, it is bye for now.